Have you ever felt completely exhausted after talking to someone, even if nothing dramatic happened? No fight, no argument, no obvious tension, just a strange, heavy tiredness. You leave the conversation and suddenly you feel drained. Not sleepy, not physically tired, just depleted. And you start wondering what's wrong with you. Why does everyone else seem fine, but you feel like you just ran a marathon? Here's something most people don't realize. You're not tired, you're emotionally drained. And emotional exhaustion doesn't come from noise, it comes from regulation. Your nervous system is constantly reading the room. It tracks tone shifts, micro expressions, energy changes, subtle tension. Some people can be around emotional chaos and barely notice it. Others absorb it instantly. If you're someone who feels drained around certain people, your brain isn't weak, it's highly responsive. There's a psychological concept called emotional labor. Emotional labor happens when you manage not just your own emotions, but someone else's. You reassure them, you soften your words, you adjust your tone, you become more patient than you actually feel, you regulate yourself to keep the interaction stable. And that takes energy, a lot of it. Now imagine doing that for an hour, or every time you see a specific person. Of course you're tired. Your nervous system has been working overtime. Another factor is energy mismatch. Some people are naturally intense. They speak loudly, they move quickly, their emotions are big. If you're more sensitive or more internally regulated, that intensity feels overwhelming. It doesn't mean they're bad. It doesn't mean you're fragile. It means your systems operate differently. When two nervous systems don't match, one usually overcompensates. And if you're the one constantly adjusting, you'll be the one who feels drained. There's also something deeper, hypervigilance. If you grew up in an environment where moods shifted suddenly, where conflict felt unpredictable, or where you had to read emotional cues to stay safe, your brain learned to scan constantly. You became good at reading people. Very good. You can sense irritation before it's spoken. You notice subtle disappointment. You detect tension in silence. That skill probably protected you at some point. But now in adulthood, it means your brain never fully relaxes around certain personalities. And that constant scanning burns energy. Here's another uncomfortable truth. Some people drain you because they don't self-regulate. They vent without processing. They complain without reflecting. They project without awareness. And if you're empathetic, you absorb it. You listen. You support. You validate. But empathy without boundaries turns into depletion. You're not tired of people. You're tired of carrying emotional weight that isn't yours. There's a difference between being introverted and being emotionally drained. Introversion means social interaction lowers your energy overall. Emotional drain means specific people lower your energy dramatically. You might feel fine with one friend but completely exhausted with another. That's not introversion. That's emotional imbalance. Your body knows the difference. Pay attention to your physical signals. Do your shoulders tense around them? Does your breathing change? Do you feel relief when you leave? Your nervous system is honest. Sometimes we ignore those signals because we don't want to seem rude or dramatic. But emotional exhaustion isn't dramatic. It's subtle. It feels like irritability, like brain fog, like wanting to cancel plans at the last minute, like feeling overstimulated by small things. Your nervous system isn't built to regulate everyone else. It's built to regulate you. When you constantly override your own signals to maintain harmony, you burn out. Emotional exhaustion can also come from role patterns. If you're always the strong one, the listener, the therapist friend, you rarely get to unload your own emotions. You become the container. But containers eventually overflow. When someone constantly relies on you for stability but doesn't offer it back, the imbalance creates fatigue. Healthy relationships feel reciprocal. You give and receive. You speak and are heard. You support and are supported. If you consistently leave interactions feeling smaller, quieter, or more tense than when you arrived, something is off. And it's not your sensitivity, it's the dynamic. There's also the possibility that you struggle with boundaries, not because you're weak, but because you don't want to disappoint anyone. So you say yes when you're tired, you listen when you need silence, you respond when you need space. Over time, that self-neglect compounds, and your body pays the price. The solution isn't isolation, it's awareness. Notice who energizes you. Notice who depletes you. Notice where you feel safe enough to be quiet without performing. You don't need to cut everyone off, but you do need to adjust exposure, shorter interactions, clearer boundaries, more recovery time, and most importantly, permission to trust your body. If you feel drained around someone consistently, that information matters. It doesn't automatically mean they're toxic, but it does mean something in the dynamic requires more from you than it should. You are not dramatic for needing space. You are not rude for protecting your energy. You are not weak for feeling overwhelmed. You're overloaded, and overload isn't solved by pushing harder. It's solved by regulating smarter. The right relationships won't feel like work every time. They won't require constant emotional calculation. They won't leave you questioning why you feel heavy. They'll feel steady, balanced, safe. If this resonated with you, subscribe. In the next video, we're going to break down why you might attract emotionally unavailable people and how that pattern forms in the first place. Bye.